Greetings, everyone. DFG at Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, it's gonna be a pretty short message, so you wanna, listen in and so you can get on about your business. All right. So listen in, because I'm gonna be fast, okay? But I want to talk to you guys just a few minutes about convictions, okay? About what is a conviction? What is a what would I would want to say a heavenly conviction, a conviction that is led by the Ruhuk, the world would call it a godly conviction, but I try to stay away from that word because that word has many associations. The name of our Creator, our Father, is Yahuwah, okay, and His Son, Yeshua, our older, our greater ancestor, brother, I might add. But that being stated, I want to share with you a little the importance around not only what we say, but the conviction around what we mean once it's said, once it comes out of our mouth. Now, two things I'm going to address. The first is this whole thing around the importance, what I'm saying, of should we be following man or Yah as it relates to face coverings. And I know a lot of you guys may be a little, how you say, have some nervous anxiety about that. Well, should I be doing it? Should I not be doing it? Does Yah have patience with me doing it? Am I being judged or not judged by doing it by the Most High? I'll let you figure that one out, on your own. If you have the Rahuk in you, then I'm sure Yah will reveal the truth of that. For myself, I know that if it's coming from man, then I know that any covering that I get from a man, I don't care if it's supposed to protect me or protect others. If a man tells me to wear that covering, I reject it. If Yah puts a covering on me, I accept it. And if you're a believer, and if you're the body of Yahuwah, the family, the bloodline of Israel, then you're covered already through your bloodline. So we have a royal covering that goes wherever we go, as long as we're in our right minds and we invoke the power of the Rahuk into our space. You've heard me say the prayer before, from Yahuwah. You've heard me speak it before. Well, we speak in terms of, Yah bless me, Yah protect me, right? Yah, shine your face upon me. Yah give me grace. Yah, put your countenance around me. That's the covering of the Rahuk. And Yah bring unto me peace. That's what the Rahuk brings for us. That's the covering, and the only covering we need to protect ourselves. And that's the only covering that anyone need if they're around us. No one is going to get ill from us because the power of Yah is greater than the power of this world. Greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. No one is going to die because of the presence of the Rahuk in their presence unless it is their time. So we don't have to fall into the dichotomy. I think I'm saying that word the right way. You heard the phone ring. You hear the helicopter running. You know what I'm saying? Even the screen is looking dark. All these things is interfere because the enemy of this world, the God of this world, and I'm using the right word, that God does not want this word to come forward. But it's going to come forward unless Yah takes the Rahuk from this body right now. Other than that, it's going to come forward. But as I was saying before these interruptions, that is no way that the Rahuk in you is going to kill another unless it is time for that person to die, or if it's the enemy of Yah, then he will kill it. But that's the covering that we, the people of the Most High, have, Israel. In particular, right now, if you're here in Turtle Island, Judah. But let me share with you what they say about this mass. And then I'm going to come back with one more statement and one more sharing with you in terms of this term. How many of you guys have heard the term, the less of two evils? That, we need to, we got to decide between the lesser of two evils. Some people are using it right now with these, elections, with the election coming up. But let's go first things first. Again, not going to be long here, but I want to share this. This is what they're saying about this mask. Now, we have heard that this mask is supposed to protect, that it is a good covering. But I want you to listen to this And you tell me if this does not sound like confusion. All right? And Yah is not the author of confusion. But tell me, does this sound like confusion to you?
7 months since the first COVID case was reported in the U.S., there is still confusion over which protective face masks best prevent the virus from spreading. New guidance suggests that certain face coverings could be less protective than wearing no mask at all. Here's CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
Tonight, clear evidence not all masks work the same, and some may not work at all. Dramatic high-speed video from researchers at Australia's University of New South Wales shows the difference 2 layers of cloth makes on a mask when someone sneezes. A separate Duke University study looked at 14 kinds of masks. The N95 performed the best. A surgical mask worked well, but bandanas were not effective, and some so-called neck gaiters may not offer any protection.
Now, guys, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. You know, I'm going to put this video in the link. It's only like another minute long. But did you hear what them said? That basic mask that we say, the so-called surgical mask, it says it works on some. But that's not what we were told. We were told that it's very effective and that it will stop the spreading. But if you heard right in the beginning of that video, and these are your medical experts from your mainstream media, I might add, if you heard what it said that it takes 2 layers to stop it from coming through the mask if you sneeze. So that means if I got the mask on, I sneeze, unless I got 2 masks on, maybe 3 or 4 with that material, it's still going to come through that mask. So why do I have that mask on? Why are you wearing the mask? Why is this covering being pushed as a covering that if everybody would just conform and everybody would wear the mask, we could end this? I mean, I've heard people come up telling me that they know medical experts who have said this mask is highly effective. Now, this video is from the day, I might add. You see the lie that's being told, the chaos, the confusion that's associated with this? Why? Because Satan is using this covering to cause your faith to lack, but more importantly, to deceive you, because really what that mask is going to do is trap your as you heard me say, that dioxide, that carbon dioxide is going to trap it in that mask, and you're inhaling these poisonous gas all day long. You take it down, you're breathing normal. You put it back, you're inhaling that gas of that bacteria or virus or whatever that, the poison. that's really the answer. The poison, you're inhaling that poison all day long. Especially if you're on these jobs where you can't take it off, for 8 hours, 10, 12 hours. And it's hot sun all over the country right now. But that's what they want you to believe. They are lying to you guys over and over and over. And Yah has told me to warn you time and time again. Take it off. Take it off. They can't verify. They can't prove it. They had no, what the hell are they doing? How many people you see walking around with bandanas on? Bandanas. They say bandanas don't work at all. 0 effectiveness on the bandanas. But yet, people got bandanas on. You can go anywhere you want to go with a bandana on. As long as you got some kind of covering on. See, that's how confused they are. And all you're doing is walking in that confusion. And you think that it's not going to have a consequence on you? Of course it's going to have a consequence. These demons, devils, they know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to kill us come this fall and winter season. Because they know if your respiratory system has been compromised, you get the flu, you're going to have pneumonia, and you're going to end up dying. Because they're not going to treat you, because they're going to tell you, well, we don't have any beds for you. Or they will bring you somewhere and let you die so that they can be right around how terrible the second coming of the coronavirus was. We forewarned you. That's why you need to get that vaccine and get that, get that tracer inside of your body so that they can be able to guide and watch and know where you are at all times. And in case you try to rebel or have your fundamentals, your convictions, well, we can always, since we know which one you got, we know how to turn it off to calm you down. To get that fundamentalist stuff out of you. We don't want you having no convictions. We need your ass to be a zombie. Blind leading the blind. That's what we need you. That's what they're saying. But those of us who have the Ruach, we're not going to fall for. We will resist unto death as our ancestors did. The scripture said they resist unto death. And many of us will, but unfortunately most of us won't. And you will be judged. Read Revelation chapter 14. So you'll know what's going to happen if you take that mark. Just so you know, you take that vaccine, read Revelation 14, my brothers and sisters, so at least you know what you're getting yourself into. Now let's go to the second part of this message. This back there, this, the lesser of two evils. Right now with the election coming up, I hear so many people saying, well, anybody's better than Donald Trump. And I'll take Joe Biden over Donald Trump. Because he might be evil, but he's better than him. It's the lesser of two evils. Well, let me ask you a question. Better yet, let me see. Okay. I wanted to meditate before I share this. Darhoop says, go to the word first, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to give you something to compare and contrast. Is that okay with you, my sisters, my brothers? Okay? All right? And I'm reading it to you as your brother in the Lord. I'm not your friend. I'm not the guy that you know. I am the messenger whom you're listening to. Okay? Don't heed, obviously, that is totally up to you. Revelation chapter 3, verse 14. And unto the angel of the called out of the assembly of the Laodiceans, write, these things says the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of creation of Yahuwah. Okay? I know your works, that you are neither hot nor cold. I would that you would be either hot or cold. But because you're not, I will spit you out of my mouth. You heard what he said? He said, I want you to either be hot or cold, not the lesser of two evils. Hot means either I'm in or I'm out. It's either yes or it's either no. Now, I just read that to you. This is what he said to that particular church, and he was talking to the tribes. He told them that particular group of tribes was going through this whole hot or cold. It was probably Judah he was talking to, not Naphtali or Reuben or Benjamin. It was probably Judah. And he's saying to Judah, you got to get away from this, the lesser of two evils. I need you either to be hot or I need you to be cold. If you're trying to do both or the lesser of two evils, I will spew you out of my mouth. I will regurgitate you. I will spit you out. I will reject you, Judah, is what he's saying. When we start using that, that analogy of the lesser of two evils. And let me give you a better example. If somebody told you, my sister, my brother, you got a choice. You can eat a bowl of shit or drink a glass of piss. Which one will you choose? The lesser of two evils. You want a bowl of shit or you want a glass of piss? Which one are you going to drink? Says you are deciding that you got to choose one or the other. I know for me, my answer is neither one. Because they're evil. The moment you say the lesser of two evils, I reject anything that's evil, and so should you, my sisters and my brothers. Why would you say, well, I'll take Biden over Trump because he's the lesser of two evils? When they're both are wicked pedophiles, sex traffickers, child molesters, whoremongers, liars, crooks, thieves. Hatred of the people of Yah, Esau, Edom. But some of you guys will be just the ones that he prophesied. This is an apocryphal book, Revelation. And he's saying that's what some of you are going to say. And he said, because you're choosing that, the lesser of two evils, in other words, you neither hot nor cold, I'm going to spit you out of my mouth. I'm going to reject you. And then I'm going to allow all the consequences and the curses to befall upon you that these men bring to you. And they're going to bring them. You can believe that. Now, I said I would keep this video short. Take it back to where we began. The mask, the covering. Who are you going to listen to? Are you going to be covered by the Rahu? Or you think a mask that even these devils know don't really work, and even these devils are saying there's some confusion about it? They have no idea which one is. Is it the bandana? Is it the real good mask? Is it not? Is it the one with the breather in it? Which one is it? It's none. It's a trap. And you're the rabbit. DFG. Bye now.